Welcome back with another banger. It's the React Files. Hope you're having a good night. If you haven't already, please take a second
just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell,
just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So let's get straight to it.
Do you want to know why when you flip a globe over, it says not for educational use, but decorative purposes only? It's because not only would you never get to where you're going, but if you did, you would add miles upon miles upon miles on your trip. I want you to look at the CBS American School of Air map used in 1943 for flight school. And I want you to look at this. Here is a scale. People always say, where's your flat earth map with a scale? Well, here it is. Not only does it have a scale, but it has this funny looking white border with all this outlined mapped terrain. What could that be? What could that be, I wonder? Not that continent at the bottom of the globe, something else that surrounds it. Now I want you to look at this map, and I want you to look at New York, and I want you to look at the path you would take from New York to Moscow. Okay, let's take a closer look. New York to Moscow, how's that gonna look on this map? Let's draw a line right straight across, and notice how it's going to cut through Greenland. Now let's look at what the flight path they show us actually looks like. So when you pull up the actual flight path, this is what it looks like. They make it so it arcs up to Greenland and then down to Moscow. And notice the distance is actually shorter on their curved line compared to this one. If you were to just go straight from New York to Moscow, why would that be longer? Think about that. Again, on the flat earth map, that's an actual map that flight schools used to use. Right through Greenland, and I want to show you why their straight line is actually a longer distance. Because this is what their straight line actually is on a real map. The map pilots use, the flat earth map. It adds distance because you go a curve away from it to come back versus going straight across. Now I just want to give you another example of how their curved flight paths from LA to Japan, why would we do that? I'll show you. Because on the flat earth map, LA to Japan is actually an exactly straight line. You just fly across, and I want you to notice, where do they cut through? Alaska, and just on the edge of Russia here. Let's go back and look. Look again. LA, through Alaska, just to the tip, across Russia, and down to Japan. Now is it making sense? Oh, and if you don't believe me, maybe you'll take these guys' word for it.
How long have you been a pilot for?
43 years.
Wow. What shape is the planet?
Flat.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
Curvature? No.
No, there's no curvature?
It's just all flat.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I've been flying,
Yeah.
and I've come to the conclusion
Yeah.
there is no curvature. I never allow for curvature. There's no way there's curvature. We're round and flat, aren't we?
Definitely.
We are, aren't we?
Flat as a
Thank
pancake,
you,
mate.
sir.
Flat as a pancake.
We're so, and the outer ring is south,
Yeah.
and so north must be in the middle, correct?
Possibly.
That
Yeah.
would be the only way that a
Yeah.
magnetic compass works on a flat plane.
Might be onto something, man.
Yeah,
Might be
but
onto something.
you're not having me on. We
No,
are.
no, no.
We're round and flat,
Flat
aren't
as a
we?
pancake, mate. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you, man.
No worries.
You made my day.
Don't need to put-
So again, this is on there because it has to be. Otherwise, everyone would be getting lost. Everyone. And the next time someone says, show me a flat earth map with scale and a key, take them to the CBS American School of Air Map and show them this and say, here you go. But as always, I know this is just a fake map from 1940s. They did these things to be funny. There was no point of this, and all this terrain out here, that's really just Antarctica at the bottom that they just stretched out in a circle for funsies. All for entertainment purposes, of course. Have a good day.
Shout out to Fittest Flat Earther coming up with that good footage of them pilots saying what they said. Go check it out, look it up. The CBS map from 43 to 44. Let me know if you can find it in the comments down below.
Truth is not a conspiracy. If there were a satellite in space, there would be no need to build a comm towers in the middle of the ocean. The Earth is spherical form with flat surface, and it does not move. And it is covered with a glass dome called firmament, and containing inside the sun, moon, and stars, which are the ones moving. Above and below is water. Compass is used to navigate on flat surface to distinguish north, east, south, and west. Water is always level and contained the Arctic Circle, and Antarctica holds the oceans in. The solid glass dome firmament holds the air inside the flat surface called terranium, creating an airtight vacuum. The Earth does not spin like a ball and does not move. Sun, moon, and stars are seen moving inside, moving around over us, which prove geocentricity. Thunder boom sounds are only created when bounce off a solid object, this being called the firmament. If you got a bigger bowl like this, try it at home. Pop a balloon inside. It would sound like a thunderbolt. UN world leaders know. Stated on their logo a flat Earth map. Again, sun, moon, and stars rotate, not Earth, from east to west. So let's pretend that this is the firmament and this is the sun, okay? The rotating of the sun is like this. That's why on the other side there is night and day, okay? And sometimes the reflection of the sun reflects on the other side. That's why sometimes when you see outside, it's like it would look like there is another sun. That's why there is one country on top that doesn't have a sun, because it doesn't reflect here. As you notice, every after rain there is a rainbow that form curve like this, because that's the reflection of the glass above, which is the firmament. You could also try this at home. Try rotating a flat surface, a glass, on a sun, reflecting on that flat surface of glass. The rainbow would shone straight. But try reflecting the sun to a curved ball, okay? The rainbow of it is curved. So let's pretend this is the firmament, okay? And this is the flat earth. Below is also look like this. So that's why it explains that it looks like spherical. The sun rotating like this, not like this, okay? In 1958, rockets reached heights to confirm that the Earth was not what they originally thought at school. 12 countries came together to form Arctic Treaty and says its scientific purposes. Unguarded with marshals, military personnel, and equipment, and any expedition to Antarctica could face a criminal penalties for any entry. All of this just because of the ice. And it's also impossible to film a star from a spinning ball Earth. Camera would not stay fixed on Polaris and would lose alignment if the Earth is rotating. The sun tells time of day. The moon tells the day of the month. And stars tell month of the year. You know why sometimes you can see on traveling in an airplane, you will see the horizon is behind the sun, because the sun is not 93 million miles away. When you travel, you could see the sun so near. And no, we are not living on a spinning ball, which inside is fireball and ozone layer and all this. This is hawks they teach you in school. That's why I hated school. And if you will ask me about Mars, that there are people already going there, because this is what NASA told you to. Mars, they film it on Denver, Colorado. All the tracks that NASA used are all there to make their film, to make the CGI images for you to be deceived. Sometimes some videos you will see NASA, they are floating inside their cabin. They're using CGI, okay? They're using harness to fly over because they are under offices which is underwater. Search about it. I'm not crazy and you are not. Use your logic.
Well said. Shout out to Erika White. She made some real good points right there. Especially trying to take a picture of a star while everything is spinning so fast. Logic.
Check this out, guys, and I want you to watch this video all the way through. So this guy straps a drone to a balloon to prove that there is sound in space. The camera is making a beeping noise, y'all. And when the drone makes it to the top of the firmament, y'all, we see a whole bunch of this, y'all. And people are saying this is the cracks from them attempting to leave the dome, y'all. Check this out.
Bye-bye, Space Ram.
All right, we're getting ready to go. Let it go.
Bye.
Remember, the noise is just there to prove that there is sound in space after scientists told us there's no sound. Now watch this. Hold on. Y'all hear that? You can still hear the beat.
You can still hear it.
Y'all see that? Look, y'all saw that? Do you guys see that? They are saying that's the cracks. Remember what Hillary Clinton said?
Although we weren't able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you, it's got about 18 million cracks in it.
All the taxpayers' money. All the taxpayers' money.
And the light is shining through like never before, filling us all with the hope and the sure knowledge that the path will be a little easier next time.
Could she be hinting at the fact that all they do is take our tax dollars in an attempt to try to get out of here and leave us here? Now back to this, y'all. Did you guys see this? Did you guys see this in the video? It literally looks like a whole bunch of cracks in it, y'all. What do you guys think? This is crazy. But let me know what you guys think about this video, y'all. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting times. We all know space isn't a real thing. All they do is lie through their teeth, y'all. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace in.
Very interesting. Shout out to Conscious Juice for finding that one. You could faintly hear the beat as it left the Earth's atmosphere, you know. But those cracks, I don't know.
What the
Now that was crazy. Hopefully everybody was okay. It was amazing to see the boat still pull up to the airplane to make sure it was okay after it got hit. But boy, it sunk that whole thing. It was a wrap. Shout out to Vancouver.
I tried to show you guys about this and the inconsistencies last night, but for some reason, no one was able to see it. So Ryan Garcia was arrested last night for felony vandalism of a hotel that he was staying in. But this whole story does not make sense. Keep in mind that he did do a live a while ago where he said that they were going to take care of him. And obviously he said on the 8th that something's happened to him. Now, I've been telling y'all for some time we cannot just look at this situation in black and white because the industry is very, very, very deep. There's many eyes and they're very good at keeping people in line. So a lot of people are in it but don't want to be in it, so they go back and forth. Just like last time he spoke out, he disappeared, showed up absolutely traumatized. I can see the trauma in wearing a crown of thorns. So right before his arrest, he was calling out names again. Dre's a liar. They try to accuse me of their wrongs. They won't find nothing. It would have been released, but they can't. Telling people that they're going to try to frame him. He doesn't give a bad word. They touch something and then they hide it with lies and try to cover it up with money. And this was literally right before he got arrested, just I think 2 hours before. Everyone is discussing, trying to hide their wrongs. I want to get sued if they really like that, because he wants to, you know, prove evidence. Y'all defend these certain type of people that we know about, and it's sad. Blank getting touched and you choose to support that. I got real evidence. Who wants to move? I'm ready to blow the lid off. I have receipts. And he dropped one thing on Twitter before they arrested him, indicting someone on something they did in the past that involved a certain group of people, a certain age of people. Now back to Ryan. It said they did $15,000 worth of damage in this hotel, right? That's weird. People in the club don't go to jail for stupid little things, especially not when they're worth millions of dollars and can just buy themselves out. Unless they're out of line. Now he's asking for prayers and calling upon the Lord Jesus Christ. Now look, he's not perfect, neither am I. But if you could put yourself in someone else's shoes, who was literally grown up a certain way to do certain things, and washed a certain way and forced to do certain things, you would act a lot differently too. I can't go into detail on here, but some people have naively signed up for certain things and they find out and they want to get out. Look at Chester Bennington, and Chester, by the way, actually grew up in that as well. Chris Cornell, Bob Marley, Michael Jackson, Kurt Cobain, the list goes on. Could this be an elaborate play? Sure. Do I think so? No. Why? Because Lucifer hates the name Jesus and he won't stop saying it. When you work for these certain people in these certain environments, certain things like Jesus Christ aren't even allowed to be said. Of course, unless you're blaspheming Jesus. So this whole situation does not make sense. What do you think, Cooper? He agrees. I see someone trying to break out, and about the earthquake thing, you know, you could say he was wrong, but technically there were two 3.4 and 3.6 earthquake right outside of LA. All I know is people wait until it's too late to start praying for these people.
Shout outs to Inspired by the King. Shout outs to Ryan Garcia. I hope he makes it through. And I agree. Usually millionaires don't go to jail for something that petty. I wish he didn't put that prediction out there for that earthquake, because it hurt his credibility.
I'm not saying, I'm just showing. Kobe Bryant, Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns. They kind of look alike, right? They kind of look really alike. And there's more to it than that. There are some similarities that might just shock you if you continue to watch. And like I said, I'm not saying, I'm just showing. Now, not only do they look similar and have very similar mannerisms, but Myles Garrett just also happens to be really good at basketball. Really good. And move a heck of a lot like a certain somebody else. Do you see it? Because I sure see it. And not just on the way to the hoop, but the way they finish as well. That's a charity game. That's an NBA game. And I'm not sure what this is about, but Myles Garrett dribbling a basketball in an NFL game. And some of you might be saying, but they're built so differently. Kobe's tall and skinny and Myles is tall and strong. Yeah, because no one has ever gone from zero to hero in a short amount of time. And that's a funny hand symbol they're both making. I wish I knew what that meant. And if you're just not convinced yet, that's okay. But maybe this smoking gun birthmark might do it for you. It's a strange spot to have a very similar birthmark on both seemingly different bodies. And one just happened to exit a league when the other one came into a league. And something that really never sat right with me was when a cartoon depicted Kobe crashing in a helicopter years before it happened. Fishy. And like I said in the beginning, I'm not saying, I'm just showing. You guys make up your own mind on this one. Because after all, I'm a satire account and this is just for entertainment purposes only.
The fact that they got the same birthmark, that's pretty trippy. But the tattoos, I don't know. Shout out to Fittest Flat Earther.
Real truth about the birth certificate. This certificate document represents you and with your sign on it. Once it is signed, now the government literally owns you. The system owns that paper, which represents you. They can do now whatever they want to do with that paper. For example, you can never be enrolled in any school without it. Cannot open SSS without it. Cannot open insurance without it. Or even getting passports. They have control over that paper. And on the bottom of that certificate, our parents signed it. It's not even labeled as parents, but it all says theirs as an informant. It means that our parents were informing the corporation that we purchased a new car, a new house. Now corporations can now make money out of it by you paying tax for it, like buying and selling you on a stock market.
Rico dropping gems. It's that revival of wisdom. I believe she's referring to maritime law.
There's more leaks coming out of the Daily Wire, and it's getting spicy. They've been firing people left and right, and they recently fired this guy named Sawyer because he refused to go along with their campaign of trying to character assassinate her and lying about how she mistreats her former employees, which everyone said was not true. They accessed his personal email account that he had apparently left open on a Daily Wire computer, and they read a personal email that he had sent on his own account to Candace Owens offering moral support where he didn't bad talk Daily Wire at all. So they fired him on the spot. I got a hold of a couple other sources behind the scenes, which shall not be named, and I heard that he was offered $3,000 in order to stay silent and sign a contract to not talk about any of it, which he turned down. I also heard that they've lost up to 25 people in a similar fashion, either by walking or being fired. I would assume those people are probably getting offered similar contracts. But word is that they're going to places like Tucker and PBD and Dave Ramsey, and they're finding jobs pretty easily. Props to you, Sawyer, for standing up for the right thing, not taking the money. He reached his fundraising goal to help him pay his bills pretty quick, because a little bird told me that Fuck Ben is actually Dan Bilzerian, who has been a total Chad recently. Props, Dan. Hope you don't mind me giving away your secret, buddy. I mean, it's crazy. It's almost like when you try to hold secret town halls and ban people's cell phones, it's almost like you're doing something nefarious that you don't want people to know about because it's not morally correct. This is the secret town hall they had a couple of months ago where they tried to slander Candace Owens and paint her as a raging anti-Semite to all the Daily Wire employees so they could orchestrate a smear campaign with everybody's help. Oh, yeah, speaking of smear campaigns, yesterday at Turning Point USA, Candace dropped this crazy funny bomb that she had gotten word from a friend that they were trying to send an intern who was posing as a student to try to catch her in a bad moment and record something embarrassing. And she called it out on stage.
Strangely, this is such a crazy story. But as I was headed in here, I got a frantic call from somebody. They did. They called me and they said, Candace, something very weird is happening. The Daily Wire has sent somebody secretly to record you, an intern, a PR intern, to secretly record you, to catch you in a bad moment, in a bad light. And I think that intern's name, no, to be fair, it is never the fault of a person when their employer is sending them to do something that isn't good. But I would really love it if Ariana stood up. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's a little too intimidating for you too, but apparently she got an email at 10 p.m., hopped on a plane, is pretending to be a student. And so I do just want to say to Ben Shapiro, enough. Come out into the light. Really, come on. Let's do this debate. Stop sending interns to do your dirty work.
When the internet started reporting the story, Candace confirmed it all, says she has receipts, and then Nick Fuentes jumped in and was like, oh, hey, it's exactly what they did to me. Funny how that works. And of course, Ben Shapiro can't come out into the light and have a debate because while they were talking saber-rattling about a debate, he was actually going behind the scenes to get a gag order against her, so she can't comment on any of this shit, because that's their MO. I reached out to Candace to see if she could comment on any more than she already has in public, but no luck. I think this last clip sums it up pretty well.
Do you think that the Daily Wire is complicit in censorship of certain people/topics similar to that of left-wing institutions?
I cannot talk about that.
So yeah, just your daily reminder that this is still going on. Candace is still fighting behind the scenes. She's under a gag order. The Daily Wire is in turmoil, and they're trying to do everything they can to plug all the holes in their stupid boat. Because the truth is out. Not America First. Just like an awful lot of other independent media organizations in America. Funny how that works. And they all use the exact same tactics of slander and deception and silencing people so they can keep on pushing their weird, twisted word narrative. Like this one from Andrew Claveland, wherever you say his name.
They also believe in the cross of Christ, but if you burn the cross on somebody's lawn, it's no longer the cross of Christ. It's just a vehicle, a symbol of your toxic hatred. And so the way it was being used online as an attack on, you know.
Right, got it. Saying Christ is king is exactly like burning the cross. Maybe just don't think too hard about it. Maybe then it'll make sense.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. If you haven't already, please take a second
just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell,
just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So what we gonna do, y'all? That's right. Run these numbers up. Thanks again. Until next time.